Good evening. Welcome, Michelle, to my 100 Days of Visibility Challenge.
Yeah. Hello.
It's a treat to have you here with popcorn.
Ooh. And raspberry drink.
Raspberry vinegary drink from the
It's really
legendary Renee Voltaire.
Mm-hmm.
Is she even a real person? Yeah, long day.
Yeah.
Big full day.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll do a little review of what we did today. What do you say?
Yeah.
We were checking out a new area that we're considering moving to. It's fun now because we're getting to explore Sweden, or the greater Stockholm area, to see where we enjoy the vibe. And well, many of you probably don't know Sweden, but there's this kind of hippie-ish place outside of Sweden. No, Stockholm. Yeah, no. And well, we've been going back and forth of what, do we want to live there? Do we not want to live there? And based on who we speak to, it seems like everyone has a different opinion.
Seems like that.
Yeah. But we found this. There's something called in Sweden. There's a torp. I don't quite know the definition, but it's kind of like a small. It's like a mini farm. It's my definition of it. Like typically a little red house on a field somewhere. Really, I don't know the definition, but we were looking at it today because yesterday I really wanted it. It was just an amazing deal, and then it was taken off the market again because people are really, they're rushing for the good objects these days. But you didn't want to live there, right? You revealed to me today.
I wasn't sure about it. Because in the pictures it seemed it was really cute in the pictures, but I wasn't sure what the area was like. Felt a bit remote. Yeah.
And it was. We drove there today, met with a woman. She was sat there it was a beautiful day and it was warm, and she was sat there reading the paper when we arrived, and I told her I was upset that she had sold her place because I wanted it a lot more than you. But it was too late. And then we explored this other place a little bit outside of Järna. And while we were eating some Thai food, we discovered a new place. So we went and checked that out. Might as well show you guys. This is turning into quite a project for us. I love this. I think it's fun. Let's see. How do I do this? Share screen. Yeah. Kind of awkward setup for this. This one. Brave Town. There. Yeah, so this is our new candidate. And we were exploring this today, and it's quite remote. But it's cute. There's 2 lesbian women who live there now, so it's not a family home at all.
It always feels so different when you go there to see it.
Yeah. I'm not.
But it is also the spring. The pictures here are spring and summer, and right now it's at the end of winter. So the foliage and the greens is less lush. So when we got there today, it just looks a little bit barren.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's a lovely place, though. I mean, the outdoors
Yeah.
area is amazing.
Yeah.
Let me share a little bit about our methodology for house hunting these days. Because the world is so uncertain,
Mm.
we're juggling various different potential timelines. And so by now we have developed the language of the chaos timeline
Yeah.
and the normal timeline. And the chaos timeline is, okay, where do we want to be if everything goes to shit?
Mm.
If everything falls apart? We want to be somewhere where we have water, where we have electricity, where we can grow food, where we'll be fine. On the other hand, if we manage to breeze through this difficult period, we don't want to be in some hidden away fortress in the middle of the woods where we're like we're
That we feel like we have just like wasted this time preparing for the end that never came.
that's horrible. The end
That never came. Yeah, I think this theme of I think this theme of almost like facing the end of a timeline, I mean, like dramatically speaking, not even dramatically, but like facing death, for example, and that like in facing death, do we prepare? It's quite difficult to be preparing for that. And this chaos timeline idea. If everything falls apart, it's really hard to prepare for something you don't really know. This is what there seems to be so much uncertainty.
Yeah.
And I could get quite frozen I either get really frozen or I just get into like hyper planning mode.
Yeah.
And then in either of those extremes, I almost don't really know what I want. It's like I don't even dare to think about like what life I would want to be living. Because in either of those modes, I would just be like, I could just be scrappy and get by. And it almost feels like I'm like, I wouldn't even dare to be splurging. I think I'm not the type to be, oh, wow, the end of the world is coming. So let me just like splurge and just enjoy the heck out of the little time I have. I'm starting to consider that actually. But my default mode would be, oh, wow, if the end were to come.
You're very apocalyptic right now.
Yeah, if the end were to come, like so far it's been like, if the end were to come, like let's make sure we have enough to survive until the end. But lately I'm like, oh wow, if the end were to come, I really want to I don't know, there's a little bit more of like, wow, I want to, like, what would I really want?
So I think the bottom line is that we want a nice quality of life regardless of what happens, right? And this place is allows for that, and as you see, it's not super big. And again, we're in this place of not really wanting to buy like the final home where we're gonna spend the rest of our life, but I just love this. The outer areas are real. Two lesbian women living here, so clearly they have a sense of aesthetics, and the outer area would be like a great summer parties and inviting friends to come and enjoy warm July months, and lots of land to grow food on. Over here, to the right here, I'm planning on putting up the composting and putting up a new house here, probably on the middle of the lawn, in order to have space for guests and maybe some new offices and stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna stop sharing. That's how we're thinking about it, and I think this is a good candidate. You said 65%, Michelle. Are you still on 65?
Yeah, for me, then it's also navigating. Then, if we do cruise through the end of the world.
Come on,
I'm
lighten
still
up a
thinking
little here. Come.
But that's how you've been making it feel like.
Oh, okay. Well, there is
That's what chaos timeline.
There's an end of a paradigm, but it's not necessarily the end of the world.
Right, that's true. That's true.
There's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And there's going to be massive transformation of civilization as we know it, and there are many people that want this to be some sort of AI controlled, social credit system where we're all plugged into the mainframe, and I'm not keen on that one. I don't want to be part of that game, and so I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that we're going to get the different one, where we actually all return to the land and we become sovereign and decentralized, and that we rediscover our connection to nature and each other. And whichever one of those happens, it's a death of what is now, right? So
yeah, I think one of the other unknown here would be like we don't really know how money will be valued at that time.
Exactly.
And so then I think right now we're also...
You want more of this?
A little bit, please.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Yeah. So what I'm hesitant about here is still the like how if it's like what's the price looking like here, and I would still like to make money from this after if we were to sell this, at the end of whatever happens.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little bit of like, is this a property that could go up in value afterwards?
Yeah.
And the price that we're paying now, is that too high or is it just right? And
yeah, I guess these are questions though that are relevant anytime you're going to buy a house.
Yeah.
But there is I feel like I've never bought a house before. I mean, I just bought apartment, and it's a new thing, and to be considering that in the middle of a time of such uncertainty as now, it is something. A lot of people are not necessarily thinking like we do, and good for them, I think. If we just breeze through this, then good for them. But I think as well for me, like I just get so joyful when I think of taking that property and converting it to growing food and composting and things like that. I know that's not so important for you, but
no. But I think what's important for me is actually it's like what I would want is for you to feel safe, because if you feel safe,
if I feel,
then somehow I also get to feel safe. So that like your nervousness isn't
my nervous system
affecting me as much.
My nervous system is about us being able to sustain ourselves through this period, right?
Yeah.
So I need to find a way so that, seeing as I'm the one that has the biggest attention on that between the two of us, I feel responsibility for ensuring that we have, in the potential of the chaos timeline, that we have the food, and that we have the the stash of extra gas, and that we have water on the property, and And I'm carrying that one, and and yeah, sometimes it stresses me out a bit because we're already seeing reports of how the food supplies in America may start being impacted in the fairly near future. So it doesn't feel like so theoretical, if you know what I mean. It feels like it's looming on the horizon. So yeah, I think it helps me relax to know that we have contingency plans for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but the place, we have this lake there, and the sun was setting over the hill on the other side of the lake when we were there. It was just beautiful, and it feels super zen. And whether we get this place or not, it's just exploring options. And I just felt how my inner writer came out to be out in some very very close to nature and very zen, very very quiet, very calm. I think it's time for me to write my first book in a place like that. Are we done? Anything you want to share before I click end broadcast?
No.
I see there are some messages here. Hi, Oda. Fun to see you too. What happens when I do this? Oh, cool. That's a nice feature. Correcting to 2. I've never used this before. And then we have, I'm sure you're within 5% of people with your mindset. Yeah, probably. But it's just about pattern recognition, and to not investing all of our energy into the chaos timeline, but to see it as a possibility, and then to try as best as we can to plan for both of them. Yeah, but it's been a long day, so I'm tired. Are you tired, Michelle?
I'm feeling better now, actually, after food and
after
drinks.
popcorn and Rene Voltaire Raspberry Edition.
Yes.
I would like some more of this. Actually, it's very nice.
It's very very good.
Did you just get one bottle?
Yeah. I didn't know how it was going to taste.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for coming along and joining Michelle and myself here on. I don't know what that was, but it was black. Probably popcorn.
Yes.
Tell us more about your relationship, says Uda.
Hi, Uda.
You know Uda, don't you?
We met at a circling festival. I don't know if we met, but I remember you from the circling festival.
Ask one question, Uda, and we answer that, and then we end the broadcast.
I don't have my glasses. I can't see.
No?
I don't read very well. It's like blur.
Did we get a question from you? I'd be happy to answer one, but I'm not going to. I don't know. I have spent my words. Give you half a minute to ask, and then I'm going to hang up. Oh, nice. What are your gifts to each other? Okay, clearly you're starting.
That's a good question. Oh, that's a good question. Okay, for me, I think your gift to me all along has been, to me, this your steadiness. there's something around like the steadiness of your being, your like all inness and committed, how committed you are. And also I think the fact that I can really trust, I would say that your integrity, I would trust you to uphold your integrity more than, so that I don't really need to, yeah, somehow like I really, with the steadiness and the integrity and the commitment,
Mm-hmm.
there's just this like base level steadiness, and like base level, like root chakra level comfort,
Cool.
that like allows me to relax.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think another one is that, another one would be, I think I told you this recently, of there's a lot of space for me to be the full spectrum of me. And I would say, yeah, I really enjoy that there's I remember telling you this, that this is kind of my kink, which is like, I'd love my bullshit being found out. And with you, I really cannot have any. It was just like, oof, any type of bullshit that ever comes up is just like immediately like laser beamed into it. And I'm at the same time like, oh, like, oh no, I'm being found out. But oh wow, it's really hot being found out like that. So it's both this, it's like a really kinky spot for me. So I would say that's really fun. That it also deepens my trust at the same time. So that was fun to explore. Thank you, Oda, for that question.
Can I kiss you on camera?
Okay.
That was sweet.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
Your gift to me, Michelle, is, first of all, you have such depth of acceptance for every part in me, but also in all human beings. And I can be hard on myself. You know, I hold myself to a very high standard. And especially lately, I've been faced with a lot of my demons, if you will. I'm having another demon period of my life, quite intense. And it's rough. That's the truth of it. And there's something in your unconditional love, is what it feels like, where I can come to a greater place of self-acceptance because of your level of self-acceptance, or your acceptance of me. That's a huge gift. I think also your just general joy and goofiness that helps us have fun regardless of the circumstances in life. And also I think we it's fun to go on little adventures with you.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's really fun.
Yeah, I think what came up also, it's really nice to have an audience. It's like we are having a three-way conversation with you. I just thought about it, that like this never really obviously comes up, and I wouldn't. Now I might, if I go on a date, I might ask this. And I think at the time,
better not go on a date.
Even at the time, I might have. I mean, even like I was choosing between two people at the time, and I remember, like, you know, saying no to that other person because of this, which is like which is that like I really appreciate that. That we both. I think this is actually quite important. That I think we both, like, we care a lot about being closer to God, and the place of like God and the universe, and that in our life, I think really helps.
It's the unspoken steady background frequency, you know.
Yeah.
We don't really speak much about it.
No,
but
we
it's-
don't speak much
but it's-
about it.
But it's always there,
Yeah.
as you
But
said.
that's the force we both attune to.
Mhm.
Yeah, when we're both caught up in our own egos, it's really great to have that as a third thing.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I think
To attune each other to.
I think this is one of the things that I'm most proud about in our relationship is that we
Yeah.
almost never get stuck in conflict. If there's a conflict, it's resolved typically within 5 minutes. Do you agree with that?
I don't know if it's 5 minutes,
How long?
but we often.
How long?
I don't know. Sometimes it could be.
Don't say 5 months.
No. But what I mean is that I think we don't go to bed with it.
No.
And yeah, we don't go to bed without resolving something, I think.
And we don't have a lot of sleepless nights because of it. So we're doing well in that department. And I think that's because we're both so committed to truth. Yeah. I've been in relationships with women where I've been like used my bullshit detector, and they hated it because they felt so vulnerable in being fully seen. While at the same time, I think this is one of the things that I've been so frustrated about in general prior to meeting you, is meeting woman after woman after woman that said that she just wanted to be seen, and then when I saw her, she freaked the fuck out. Like, yeah, give a man a break. Give a man a break. Don't be such a fucking liar. You know, but that's not present with you at all. You know, you want to be seen, and when you are seen, you love it.
Yeah. Even though it's not, even though it's like oh beep. But in that it's like really, really sensational and
yeah,
and it's quite hot.
It's good. It's a good thing. It's your kink.
I know it really is quite my kink.
Oh,
it's quite funny.
That's a nice statement from Jano. You're simply a rock for this woman, Ivan. This is the biggest compliment a woman can give.
You're simply a rock.
Did you hear that? You appreciate just how much of a rock I am? Well, sometimes.
That's why I need him to continue to be a rock and not be freaking out about this end of the world thing.
Well, I started freaking out about when you were talking about it just now.
No. I shouldn't keep saying this end of the world thing.
No, like it's like the power of words. You know?
Yeah.
It's a time of transition.
Time of transition.
We're recalibrating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This was long, man. We were just going to say hi, and like half an hour later, we're still eating burnt popcorn.
Shall we close this?
Yeah. Let's close it. Ulla says, lol, I want to have someone who loves my bullshit. Bullshit slang. Bullshit too. And bullshit slang too. Yeah. Well, hope you find
She's
somebody.
Definitely out there. There are many of us.
Whichever man is watching this and wants a little bullshit slayer, a Norwegian Viking,
Oh yeah.
a loving bullshit slayer from the north, then just reach out. I'll put you in touch with Ulla. Good. Nice to have you here, Ulla.
Yeah.
Much love to you. Okay. Wherever you are in the world, have a nice day. Sleep well. Thanks for coming along. The challenge continues tomorrow. Bye-bye. You're not going to say bye.
Oh, bye.
Thank you.